According to sources, women make up 10% of the global energy workforce in oil and gas, petrochemicals, power, and nuclear sources. Welcome to Energy Quest. Today, I have a special treat for you. I will introduce you to some exceptional women in the sector. Everyday women breaking the glass ceiling right here in Ghana. Meet Florence Asibi Amwate, Group HSC Manager at Rigworld. So Florence, tell me about yourself. Where did you grow up?
Florence Asibi Amwate grew up in the Upper East region of Katanga, where I started my basic school, proceeded to Accra, and I went through to my secondary school, St. Margaret Mary Secondary School.
I grew up in Dansoman.
Wow.
I know that school.
Yeah. So from there, I moved to University for Development Studies, precisely WA, where I did Environment and Resource Studies. And I had the privilege to do my national service in the mines, Golden Star Bogoso Prestige mines. During my service in the mines, I started a program, a postgraduate program at GEMPA. It's a one-year program. I had to travel all the way from Bogoso to Accra every weekend.
Oh, lots of sacrifice.
Yeah, that got me my first job and as an occupational health and safety advisor for a contractor that was backfilling the Prestige pit and the Golden Star Bogoso Prestige mines. From there, I moved to Group 5 Construction and the Newmont at Chim. They were building the plant, and I was lucky to be among the team as an environmental health and safety advisor. And then I moved to Accra, where I occupied my first managerial role as an occupational health safety and environmental manager. I worked there for some time. I had a whole lot of problems there. In fact, I had most of my challenges in my first managerial role.
So Florence, why health and safety? Why did you veer into that?
During my national service, I was posted to the environment department, where I was among the monitoring team. We sometimes go to the mining site, where I always look at it like, you see this huge dump truck and it's moving, and I'm like, wow, what if this hit anyone? Would anyone see it? So I started driving passion towards safety during my national service days, and that is how come I quickly grabbed to do the postgraduate diploma at GEMPA during my national service time, just to have the understanding of what occupational health and safety really means, in addition to my environmental management studies, which I did as my first degree. So
it was the best decision you made, right?
It was the best decision I made. I wasn't pushed into it. It was just out of love, or let me say the passion, and exactly to help people, to make sure people are safe in the work environment, and people really know exactly what is expected of them when they come to work.
So first environmental studies, and then you went into occupational health and safety for your master's degree. So what next from there?
Next, so many has happened. Actually, someone who likes to learn. There's no single year that passed by without me trying to upgrade my knowledge in the field that I work. I am not so focused on the certificate, but the knowledge acquired.
Very essential.
So over the years, I have done a lot of international courses. I've attended conferences. I have been main speaker for so many programs. I coach a lot of young ladies in the industry. So I need to get my knowledge to that level where I'm up to date in the field of occupational safety and health.
Oh, safety?
Yeah, this is my thing.
Oh.
Hi, Priscilla.
Hi.
So Florence, how did you end up in the energy sector?
I was there one day and I had a call, and it was the CEO of a company who also had a contract in Takoradi to put up some suction piles for ginseng production. Okay. So I just had to put myself together and then relocate to Takoradi. And I must say that was also a very challenging role, also male dominated. And I had a couple of occupational health, safety, and environmental advisors who I needed to lead. And all of them were male except one other lady. So the battle started from there. And yeah, from the construction, the mining, now I entered into the energy. I thought, oh, it's time to relax. But actually, the battle started from there. It was just the beginning. It was just the beginning.
So let's come to Rig World. When did you join and how has it been? Yeah.
Actually, I started Rig World as a trainer, where I consult, I do trainings, and I was paid. Okay. But along the line, my MD, Steve Taylor, recommended me to join the company. Wow. And I must say I haven't regretted, because from joining the company as an operations lead, I got promoted to the health and safety training manager. From there to my current role, promoted to the group health and safety manager. Okay. It's also not easy because I double also as a consultant for implementing a management system for Ghana National Petroleum Commission.
So what's your typical day like as the group HSE manager at Rig World?
A typical day in Rig World is just part of my role is to ensure that everyone is safe in the office area, irrespective of wherever they are working. It could be in Takoradi, it could be in Accra, wherever the location is, in Tema or airport. I have made effort to get some safety reps to support me. So far, so good. We haven't had any fatality. Fatality, I'm talking about occupational, somebody dying from work. We haven't had such cases.
Okay, so typically on health issues and safety, what do you do for the company?
A typical one is a manufacturing company in Takoradi, where we have all the hazards you can think of, where we manufacture bolts and nuts. A typical one is ensuring that a whole risk assessment of risk involved in these works are being done, and then the mitigation measures are put in place to avoid any of the employees causing harm to him or herself. So at the end of the day, not only the manufacturing industry, Rig World is into also catering service. Okay. So we want to provide the best of our service. We have food safety, so ensuring that quality alongside food safety is also adhered to is under my domain. Okay. Beyond that, also the training center, there are some courses that I execute, such as the NEBOSH International General Certificate, such as the IOSH Managing Safely. There are so many courses that Rig World Training Center does for the oil and gas industry and all the hazardous in that. In fact, Rig World Training Center is one kind in Africa. And in addition to that, to ensure we comply with the regulatory requirement, as in petroleum commissions, that is also under me. All permits and licenses are up to date, you know. If you don't
really have a lot on your desk.
Because of this, I even had to take law. I'm doing law currently. I don't want to be a lawyer, but then I'm just, like I said, I love to study. I'm doing law to understand the concept of compliance, to broaden my knowledge, my understanding in area of where I work. I always want to have command over whatever I say. So understanding the ethics of law and the critical thinking involving, I know it will broaden my knowledge. So I'm doing that with the University of East London. And also, COVID came in and I realized I had to do Masters in Public Health. I'm currently also doing a Master's in Public Health.
You're very thorough.
Yeah, with the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration.
In your leadership role here, and then throughout all you've done in the industry, what impacts have you made that you're most proud of? And how has you being a woman impacted what you do?
Okay, so first of all, I must say, I congratulated myself well in 2019 when I was declared the first lady in Ghana to have chartered in my profession as a health and safety professional with the Institution of Occupational Safety and Health UK.
That was a good one.
It has brought a lot of young ladies in the industry closer to me. I must say I'm coaching a lot of young women in the industry in this field not to give up. I tell them my daily stories, what I went through back in the mines to the construction and how I entered into the energy sector. It has not been easy. But I must say, it's been worth it. And I must say, my husband has also been very supportive in doing courses, having a child, and having to come to work, and he's been there. It's not everyone who gets it that way. So I encourage young ladies that whatever you start, if you have the passion, go for it. Yeah. Nothing can stop you. If you have the passion, don't give up. You just have to go get it. I also was the type who want to know more. I ask questions. I laid low. I ask, even as at now, I still lay low because I don't know it all. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you need to network. You need to be involved. Attend conferences. Okay. Be involved in occupational safety and health general meetings. So you can get to understand and be up to date in what is happening in the profession of occupational safety and health across the globe and in Ghana. So I must say, I always pursue what I put before me. Nothing stops me. I get it, and then I congratulate myself at the end of the day.
I'm happy gender is not a barrier for you.
Never.
You just do it if you have to do it.
Yeah. But there were moments I cried. Oh. There were moments back in the mines, I have to get up by 4 a.m., get to the bus stop before the mining bus leaves me by 6. I am wearing my boots, I'm wearing my uniform, I'm so heavy, and I'm like, wow, but my other colleagues are in the bank. Look at how I'm hustling here. But I must say, it's been worth it.
So, clearly, this is a very ambitious woman who has made up her mind to make it irrespective of gender or any other thing that should set you back. I think this is a woman that should be a great role model for younger women out there, people who think that they cannot do certain things because they are women or the environment they come from or where they've grown up from. Look, we can all do it. The sky is the limit. Go for it. Inspired? I hope so. Next, we meet Dinah, an HR practitioner who has successfully veered into health and safety, and Miriam, a petroleum engineer working on rigs. Welcome, ladies. So that's Miriam and Dinah. So ladies, do a good introduction of yourself.
Thank you, Leslie. My name is Miriam Randolph Apishi, and I'm an engineer working with Halliburton. I've been with Halliburton for the past 3 years now, and whilst I'm working, I'm involved with job design, equipment preparation, mobilization, and generally providing technical support to the clients.
Interesting. So Dinah, tell us.
Okay, so Diana Oseyinchi, I work with Tomatang Farm. So it's a subsidiary under the CH Group, or let me say Chase. People know it's like Chase Group. Okay, so I'm currently an HSC professional, but I'm a chartered HR analyst actually. So I've practiced HR for I think over 5 years now. Yes, I actually started my career as project assistant, moved to HR, then I just put a pause, so a hold on the HR, then I'm now into the technical, diverted a bit. So I'm now into a technical field. So I'm with HSSC field. So HSSC means health, safety, security, and environment. So anything concerning that, like we are basically there. That's what we do. Yeah.
Really heavy stuff for you ladies. So Miriam first, what kind of engineer are you?
So I studied petroleum engineering at KNUST, and I'm now working in an area of petroleum called completions, and we have different divisions, and I've been working with liner hangers and intelligence completions and clean well technologies.
So Dana, what's HSSE And how did you get into that space?
Okay, so like I explained earlier, health and safety is actually something very broad because we have the health sector, we have the security, we have the safety, and we have the environment. So looking at the safety bit, okay, so how are you going to protect a worker from injuries, accidents at the workplace? Looking at the health aspects as well, like COVID-19, how are we protecting our workers, how are we protecting our customers, how are we protecting our stakeholders? Yes, then we come to the environment as well. Okay, so with the environment, are we polluting the environment? What are we doing to degrade the environment? What are we doing best? Then when it comes to security, okay, so are we keeping our workers safe? Are we keeping our facilities safe? So what are some of the things that we put in place to make sure we enhance all these sectors? So health and safety, or in broad is the HSSE, is actually trying to protect the workers, the plants, the entire company.
So Diana, from your intro, you've been in HR, what did you have to study to go into the technical corner? How did you do that?
Okay, I'll say my career has been quite an interesting one. With time, I fell in love.
Interest.
Yeah, so I had some interest. I got the passion for safety. So I was advised to take up some courses. Okay, so I registered for Irish Managing Safely.
Moving from HR into, that's interesting. Very different from yours because you actually studied directly, and then tell us more. On that line, you studied petroleum engineering in school, right?
I chose to do engineering in junior high school, actually. And then we had these university students coming to the school, and then they were showing us all these kind of new ideas about engineering and then nanotechnology.
Secondary school?
No, in junior high school.
Okay.
I saw something about nanotechnology. You know, they gave us a magazine, and I saw it in it, and I told my teacher that I like this, I want to do this.
Okay. Did you know that it's a male-dominated field?
Yes. So when I chose to do engineering, I mean, it was nanotechnology. But as I passed through senior high school, I started learning about, you know, all the different aspects of engineering. We have electrical, mechanical. I mean, nanotechnology was not being offered in any Ghanaian university, and I would have to go outside of the country. So I started exploring, you know, the kinds of engineering that I felt was closer. There was chemical, there was aerospace. That was when I actually started noticing that there was a kind of stereotypical behavior surrounding engineering, that engineering is not common for women. That I actually didn't know that till my third year when I was choosing my courses.
I'm happy that did not discourage you. Have you experienced any kind of stereotyping in your own space?
Yes, I think with the terminal, which is popularly called the depot or a petroleum tank farm, is a male-dominated male-dominated area. You could have about 50 guys against 10 ladies in the terminal. And well, it's not surprising because looking at the nature of the environment and looking at the work involved, you don't see a lot of ladies coming into that sector. Yes. So
how comfortable are you in there?
Okay, so I'm somebody who has actually worked in male-dominated areas. Looking at the nature of the job, you have to always be in PPEs in the terminal. Yes, you'll be in your hard hats, you'll be in overalls, you'll be in safety boots and all that. So, and you don't have like, it's more like, should I quote unquote, you can't slay sort of.
No slay.
Quote unquote, you can't really slay in the terminal, but you can still have life after work anyway. But looking at us, like I said earlier, some of the work can be very, very tedious.
So clearly, you ladies have sacrificed a lot. It's taken lots of commitment to be where you are. Has it been worth it, or do you have any regrets?
Okay, so for me, I don't have any regrets.
Standing here, one.
Well, it's more about the opportunity to, challenge yourself. You get told all the time that it's not an area for women, and just the fact that you're proving that wrong alone is fulfilling. Yeah.
But then, has all your sacrifices to achieve this and get to this level been fulfilling?
Yeah, I'll say yes. Yes, because I've been with my company for about 6 months, and if I should tell you what I've learned on the job so far, you'll be amazing. Yes, it will take us like a whole day to discuss the exposure that I've actually had so far. Yes, but yes, even though the work is very fulfilling, yes, I would say the pay too is good. It's not bad. Like that's people will just target oil money, but it's not always the case anyway.
But that's on the lighter note
anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so we also have some challenges. Yes, with the stereotype. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, like you just find a few ladies in the technical roles, and so sometimes you could spend like almost 24 hours at work. So imagine being a mother. Okay, you have your kids in the house, you have to take care of them. How are you going to manage this whole thing? But the good news is that like now most companies are trying to be flexible with women so it shouldn't discourage you from maybe going into such areas. You can always discuss with your manager.
On an oil rig, you would find what percentage of men to women?
So there have been a lot of times I've gone, and I would say maybe 2 women to 200.
Wow.
Yeah, it has gone to that way.
Miriam, you spoke of a proportion of 2 women to 200 men on a rig. Wow. Are there any cases of harassment? Is there any?
So personally, I haven't experienced any kind of harassment. I think all the men are very accommodating, you know. Everyone comes there, yes, and professional. Everyone comes there representing the company. Okay. So, you know, whatever you do, you're holding the company responsible.
Miriam, on your end also, what would you do to encourage them, especially now that I know you have
Energy Africa.
a group that's Energy Africa. Okay, that also projects and encourages females into the industry, right? Okay, so tell me how you're managing that and how you'd want to encourage people.
So with Energy Africa, we've been speaking to a lot of women in the industry, a lot of high-profile women who have really progressed in their career. One thing that I've seen resonating throughout all their stories is be deliberate in your actions. Yeah. So for the young girls that are now coming in and they're looking, okay, is this the industry that I want to be in? Just be deliberate. If you know what you want, you direct yourself in that way. When you bring that as a woman and people see you are focused and you know what you want, they're actually willing to help you achieve your goals even more in this industry.
So I agree with what she said. So it's more of mentorship and coaching. Yeah. So I think government can come up with some initiatives. Okay. Then with the girls' schools, or not even with the girls' schools, even with the second cycle schools. Yes. They could host some programs like educating the girls, taking that kind of that idea that okay, I can't work in this area, I'm okay in this area. No.
So girls, you have them. There are no barriers here. The opportunities are endless. Go forth and conquer and break the glass ceiling. Hope you enjoyed the treat. This is what we do on Energy Quest. We throw light on the energy sector. Till we meet again. Ciao.
As a man on a mission, I am constantly on the move. My work takes me to different places from all walks of life. In the process of time, I have met many successful people with different backgrounds and with different drives. One thing has been common among them all. Like me, they don't compromise on quality. Which is why each day as I leave home to face the world, I drive straight to the one place I know I can refuel for the day, because I am assured of quality fuel at an affordable price.
No more! Over the mouse, big salute. Mutare triple S.
Na triple S no you're doing.
Make them tell you. Factor social distance health.
Here at Santor, quality is affordable.
At Santor Energy, quality is affordable. Clean fuel, friendly service.
Immediately the product was actually introduced to me, I wanted to get on it. And that was the Gold Check account, guys. This has actually changed my business. So on the First National Bank app, you have the business toolkits that gives you all the information that you need to run your business, and whatever inquiries you have, they're always ready to answer. And that makes life very easy for me. And you have the in contacts that helps you access every transaction that takes place or happens. Now, point of sales terminal, I market wherever I go, and so I love to have that so I can take payment, especially with those who tell me I do not have cash. A bank that understands that you can start life all over again or start a business from scratch. Very keen on running it and making sure that you grow to the core. It's one you should look out for. My name is Jifa Bekwe-Gray, the CEO of Jifa Gray Creations. I recommend that you sign up to the Gold Check account from First National Bank for a great banking experience.
Did you miss an episode of Energy Quest? Watch all episodes on YouTube at Energy Quest TV or Kente TV. Also catch up on the Daily Graphic YouTube page and website. Energy Quest, looking into the future.